Nintendo, just go third party. Okay? Just go third party. Ladies and gentlemen, YouTubers, thank you for stopping by my channel. Appreciate it. Thank you for the support. Please subscribe if you're new here. Please check out my other videos. Great topics, great conversations. But obviously, today's topic is Nintendo. And why is today's topic Nintendo? Because of Pokemon Go. It's a phenom. It's a hit. It's probably the best news we heard all gen long with Nintendo. And everybody's playing it, you know? And I gotta admit, a lot of people like Nintendo first party. I don't think, like I said, I call a spade every time. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to pretend I'm neutral. I told you many times in other videos, I am partial to the PlayStation brand. I prefer the PlayStation brand. It's been the console that is enjoyed. Not really so much the handheld, but the main consoles, I've been enjoying those consoles since the PlayStation 1. So I am partial to that brand. But I call a spade a spade. You know, there are some IPs that people want to play on Nintendo. And I understand that, exclusive sells consoles. I get that. I get that. Believe me, I understand. And if you want to play the game, you're going to have to buy that console. I get it. But the problem is Nintendo's console ecosystem and everything about it just sucks. You know? That's why I haven't bought a Nintendo console. Because one or two games and that's all you get out of it is not worth it. It's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? You need more out of the console. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to pay $300 for a console and play one or two games. That's not cost that's what you call it. The juice is not worth the squeeze at this point, you know. And right now, I think today Sony released, not Sony, but I guess online leaks about specs and then the talk about Scorpio. We know more about that stuff than we do about the NX, and that's supposed to come out in March. You know, I don't have faith in Nintendo bringing out. I could hope they do something, but I don't have faith that they're gonna push out a good console. That's part of the ecosystem that supports third-party developers. Where third-party developers could put games like the new Mass Effect, Battlefield, For Honor, all these high-quality games with proper graphics and all that stuff. I don't see it. I see them doing something, dancing to the beat of their own drum, you know, and it's just not worth buying that console for a few games. Nintendo would be more successful going third party. At a minimum, at least that console. But as you can see for Pokemon Go, it is not a handheld exclusive. It is on phones everywhere. All right, and there's an article saying that they're on track to make like $4 billion a year in just North America if the popularity stays the same. So even if it drops to $2 billion a year, it's still more than what they're doing now. This one game on a mobile platform is bringing out hits. Let me ask you something to Nintendo fans. Do you honestly think Zelda would not sell better if it was multiplayer? Do you honestly think that game would not be a killer hit? Do you not think that that game would be at least a 12 million hit? Like Zelda Breath of the Wild. How much you think it's going to sell on the Wii U? Let's be honest. You think it's going to be... You think it's going to be a 12 million hit or something like that? 10 million hit? 8 million hit? 5 million hit? And I'm not saying the game is bad. The game looks fantastic. It looks amazing. A game like that. A game like that deserves better sales. Alright? PlayStation alone is more than twice the Nintendo fan base. Maybe 3 times the fan base. What's your thing? Like 12, 13? So at least 3 times the fan base. Then you add Xbox is 20 million. Then you add PC. It's a shitload of gamers to sell to. Wii U barely has, it's a fucking drop in the bucket. It's a raindrop in the Pacific Ocean. You know what I'm saying? It's just no point. Nintendo has failed to develop a console that could sustain the long run. And let's keep in mind, let's keep this fact. Nintendo has been a decline since the very start they entered. Since they first started gaming. You know, NES had like 60 million sales, and then Super NES sold less, down to like 50 million sold, and then fucking N64 dropped down to the 30s, and then GameCube dropped down to the 20s. The only reason Wii U shot up because they attracted grandmas and all these other casuals that are not gamers that would not return. And I made that argument last gen when I was like in other gaming websites as part of the forums, part of the console wars. I've been done said that the Wii is nothing but a Parker Brothers little fad that's gonna go away, and the people who bought it will not come back. They are not waiting for the next Wii U. They're not gamers. They're not people who constantly buy consoles. You know what I'm saying? They're not that. It was just a fad. It was just a cool thing. But they're gone now. They don't care. They don't care about any of the consoles. They're not interested in any of them. They're in their little fucking phones and stuff. They're probably playing Pokemon Go. You know? Nintendo at this point needs to go third party. You know what I'm saying? I don't see how the company's not going to make money off of hardware. If you're going to stick with the hardware business model, it's because your hardware sells. That's really the whole point of being a hardware manufacturer. If your hardware is not selling and people ain't really buying it, then why are you restricting your games to a small community? You know what I'm saying? And don't even say, well, Nintendo's great idea. Sony's hardware, the PlayStation 4, hell, the Xbox One is superior hardware than the Wii U. If anything, Zelda Breath of the Wild ran into limitations because it's the weakest console. Just a little bit more powerful than the PS3. The Xbox One and the PS4, better consoles, better architecture, better tools, just straight better in every way. Nintendo will have an easier time making games on those platforms with a bigger user base without having to spend not even $1 on making a hardware. Not $1. They don't have to make not a buck because other companies are doing the research design. Other companies are doing the packaging to ship these consoles. Other companies are doing the marketing deals and all this shit to get their consoles. All Nintendo's got to do is just sit back and enjoy the ride. Just make games and sell it. Yeah, sure, the companies will get a little royalty, but I guarantee the royalties that Nintendo will be paying to Microsoft and Sony to put games on their console is nowhere near the amount of money Nintendo spends on research and design on a console that's not selling, that people don't want to buy. Enough with the bullshit. Enough with the bullshit. If you really gave a shit about Nintendo, you would convince those guys to go third party. You know what I'm saying? And everybody says, well, look at Sega. They went third party. They suck because the game sucked. They don't have IPs that fucking established. No one gives a shit about Sonic like they do about Mario. Sonic was a brief moment in time, or maybe you could say a certain amount of time, but they haven't made a good Sonic game since. Nintendo is a better developer than Sega. That's just the reality. They have the IPs, and they could put all those things across multiple platforms. You know what I'm saying? But again, most people are just not going to buy and invest in a console for a few IPs. It's just the juice is not worth the squeeze. Would I buy Zelda Breath of the Wild on the PlayStation 4? Fuck yeah. That shit will be a day one purchase. Am I going to buy a Wii U to play that game? Fuck no. So guess what? Nintendo don't get my $60 for Zelda Breath of the Wild. They're not going to get my money. They're not. And don't say, well, they don't care. Yes, they do. Because that's what gaming companies do. They sell games to make money. And Wii U does not have enough population to sell to. The only other thing you could think of, well, the NX is going to be great. Fuck that. We don't know shit about the NX. Get the fuck out of here. We don't know shit. I know more about the Scorpio. I know more about the Neo. And Neo hasn't even been officially introduced. And I got more information on that. Don't know a damn thing about the NX. Don't know what Nintendo's trying to pull or what they're trying to pull. I don't know what they have for online and stuff like that. I don't know anything. Don't know who's going to support the company. Don't know the price. I don't know anything about that console. So I'm sorry. It's no. It's just they need to go third party. Plain and simple. They will be more successful. They will have higher game sales. They will have zero revenue loss. If they want, they could stick with the handhelds because obviously there's no competition. Sony, hasn't been good competition. So they don't have any competition in handhelds. So sure, keep making handheld games if you want. Make your handheld games, release your phone games, do what you got. But for the console space, they're getting smashed. They got smashed more often to succeed. The two main consoles when they were competing for the gamers was NES and Super NES. And 64 got smashed by the PS1. And GameCube got smashed by the PS2. All right? And now Wii U got smashed by the PS4. The only other success was the Wii, and that shit was again totally off base. Fucking dancing to the beat of its own drum. People buying Wii Fit board. I mean, that thing sold like 26 million. Wii Fit you. I mean, Wii Fit and shit. A fucking exercise app was one of the better selling games on the console. Come on now, come on, come on. Do right by Nintendo. Nintendo, do right by yourself. Zelda Breath of the Wild on the Xbox and the PlayStation platform, you got an easy 8 million, 9 million, 10 million sell. Easy. On the better platforms with better game development, better game tools, all your games will be fucking through the roof with minimal to zero hardware revenue loss. Zero, because you wouldn't be selling hardware. You wouldn't be researching, designing hardware. It would be that it's all pure money. And the royalties does not compare to research and design. So you're saving money and making more money because game sales. Easy day. Easy day. You don't have to worry about marketing or commercials or trying to convince people to buy hardware. No. You don't have to worry about managing a network for online multiplayer or stuff like that. Or maybe you do, just the multiplayer portion. But off the backbone of the Xbox Live, Sony PlayStation Network is easy. Easy day. More accessible. And PC on top of that, it's easy. It's easy day. Your games will thrive a lot more. And that's at the end of the day, that's where you're gonna make your money. Pokemon Go shows you can make immense amount of money without hardware. Pokemon Go is just thriving, and it's not doing it on the 3DS. It's doing it on phones, on a goddamn phone, on an iPhone, on fucking Android. So imagine what you could do on consoles, on gaming platforms. Imagine the success. Like, come on, enough. It's enough. It's if this doesn't wake Nintendo up, if this doesn't wake the fan base up, then you guys are just lost in the sauce. You guys are that's it. You guys are just sniffing bath salts at this point. Everything points to Nintendo succeeding as a third-party developer. Their games will sell phenomenally well. Okay? And you don't have to be stuck on a shitty fucking platform. You can actually game on a good platform. You can actually game on a great platform like Xbox and enjoy Xbox Live. You know what I'm saying? And enjoy all the multiplats. Or you can enjoy, the PlayStation Network. Enjoy the exclusives, all of that. You can play Zelda Breath of the Wild and the new Spider-Man game. Whoo! Hey! What do you know? But hey, I digress. It is what it is. I don't know. We'll see. They're launching the NX. We'll see how it goes. But I would say if the NX flops, just like the Wii U, they have no choice but to go third party or fucking fail and disappear and not get anything. Is that what you want? Is that what you Nintendo fans want? Do or die? Come on now. Don't be ridiculous. Anyway, that's my short little rant. Going on later on Zair's channel with the Multiplat podcast to see what we're talking about. My boy got beat up on BGST. I'm like, damn, bro, they were hard on you. But anyway, I'll talk to him about that live. Anyway, thanks for stopping by. Thanks for the support. Please subscribe. Do more content, do more conversations. Hit me up in the comment box. You know what I'm saying? Do you agree with what I'm talking about? Do you have more views and opinions? Hey, let me know, because all my knowledge I also like to listen to people and learn. You understand? I feed off of your knowledge and stuff like that. All right? Follow me on Twitter, and let's just have some fun, okay? Going 60 frames, no lag. But anyway, to the most passionate community out there on YouTube, the gamers, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. And remember, Xbox, PlayStation, Nintendo, PC gamers, mobile gamers, at the end of the day, it's just a device with a controller and a screen, and you're controlling a character. And controlling that character or controlling the process is what's bringing you enjoyment. All right? Don't let nobody else tell you what to enjoy. Okay? At the end of the day, keep it gaming. All right? At the end of the day, keep it gaming. You take care. See you next time.